Hello and welcome to Whimsy Creek Art. Alright, in today's video we are going to review the neon set of 12 acrylic paints from Royal Langnickel. Now these are just real small tubes and we're going to mix them with the Royal Langnickel pouring medium. And we did use this same pouring medium in a prior video, but today we're going to mix them with the neon set. Now these are just small little tubes, and so they are 0.4 ounce tubes, real small tubes, and they come in a set of 12 from Walmart for $5.27. Now we're going to use the black, the light green, the blue, the purple, the rose, the pink, the orange yellow, and the yellow. And so that's the colors we're going to use today. And so these are just little small tubes. We're going to use these other colors in another video. And so I'm going to just mix this just like it says on the pouring medium. 1 part paint to 1 part of the pouring medium. And the pouring medium was also purchased at Walmart. And that was $12.67 for a 16 ounce. But the paint is very reasonable. That was only $5.27 for this 12-piece set. So we're going to use all of the black. So I'm squeezing out all of the black, 0.4 ounces. And then the other colors we're only going to use half of. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze out half of each of these colors. And so what I wanted to review with these paints is how bright and neon they are and how bright and neon they dry. I did do a prior video where I did a round canvas and I did a starburst swipe through the round canvas. Oh, those dried so nice and bright. So now I'm just adding in equal parts of this pouring medium into these cups. And so we're going to pour on a 10 by 10 inch canvas, so we don't need a whole ton. So these are perfect little small amounts. But we do need quite a bit more of the black, so we use the whole tube of black. So alright, I just used popsicle sticks and I just mix those up, and you can reuse your popsicle sticks over and over and over again. So I'm just using a popsicle sticks I've already used before. I'm just using the other end. You can use them over and over again. So alright, I'll get these mixed up, and you're going for kind of a little bit runs off the end of the stick. Make sure you scrape the sides, scrape the bottoms, and you can tell this is a little bit thick here, so I'm going to add just a little bit of water, about a teaspoon of water. And so mix that in, see how that runs off the end of the stick. You want it to run nice and freely off the end of the stick, and when it goes into the surface it creates a mound, just slightly creates a mound for a moment and then sinks down in. See how it ribbons off the end real well and creates a mound. And so you're looking for about crepe batter. So alright, got those all mixed up for you. And so we're going to go ahead and have them all mixed up, same consistency, all the colors, show you here. And so I am going to add some silicone, only to 3 of the colors. I use this Spot On treadmill oil. Now a little bit of silicone goes a long way. You don't need much. I am only putting 2 drops into 3 of these colors. I don't put silicone into my base. Black is going to be the base here. I only put silicone in about 3 colors and only 2 drops. So now just kind of mixing that in. Some people do not mix their silicone in. Some people only mix it slightly. I give it a good mix. I don't know. That seems to work for me. So this is just how I do it. So alright, those 3 colors have silicone. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this black and put it down on the as our base coat in this. I'm going to use a plastic napkin ring, and this little plastic napkin ring is just from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the colors down inside this napkin ring. And so all of the colors are mixed the same consistency. The base coat is the same consistency, and then all these colors are. So I'm just pouring a little bit of each of the colors into the napkin ring, and I am going to go through each color twice. So I went all the way through the colors, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of each of the colors as well. So, all right, and then you're just getting a little bit of each of those colors into the napkin ring, and then when you go to pull the napkin ring across the canvas, you want to just slightly lifting it, just letting a little bit of paint seep through the bottom as you are gliding it across the surface. So you're just kind of feathering it up just slightly as you glide it across the surface. So I gave it just a little bit of a stir in there, not much. Slightly gliding it back and forth as I kind of twist it as well. And so, all right, wow, those are bright, and its cells are already popping up. Now I'm taking my torch. This is a chef's torch or creme brulee torch, and you're holding it up above the surface. You're not going to actually put flame to surface, and you're just popping air bubbles, but also bringing that silicone up to the surface. So now I'm going to stretch those cells out just a little bit more, but I don't want to lose the definition of the cells. I want them to still keep their shape. So that's pretty good there, but I'm going to go ahead and blow out a little bit of this, and this is a little bit piece of an aquarium tubing. Now you don't have to do this part. I just wanted to blow out a little bit of these bottom edge here, and I'm going to go ahead and cover up a couple of random dots that showed up. And so this is the first of 2 paint pours for this video. I do have a second paint pour, so stick around, and coming right up is the second one here at the end. So I did 2 different techniques for this video to see how they would, these neons would do for a couple different techniques. So wow, this is super bright, super neon. Now it did dry a little bit darker, so that was kind of interesting. So now we have a 6 by 6 inch canvas, and so I'm just laying down the colors here, the same exact colors. Same ones have silicones and same ones don't. They're all the same consistency. Mixed them up at the beginning of this video. Now I'm just laying a little bit each color down. But real quickly, while I do that, I wanted to talk a little bit about neons. Are kind of tricky with paint pouring. Neons can dry very dark. I have used several different brands of neons, and I do have some favorites, but there are all kinds of different brands for each color. I have my favorite pink, I have a favorite purple for different brands. But this brand, it does dry. It was very interesting. The video that I did that was on the round canvas, that was a swipe where it was the neons laid down and black swiped over the top of that. That dried so very bright. Super bright neon. The black did not swallow up the color, which can be a problem with neons. The black can just swallow up the color. Now that round canvas, and I will link the video for that one, I will link it in the description box of this video, but it's a round canvas that I did a starburst swipe. That one dried so vibrant and super, super neon bright. These 2 pours that I did in this video, the first one that I did with the napkin ring, and now this one, they dried okay, but I just say okay. They did darken quite a bit. Now, when I seal them and put clear coat on them, they will brighten up a little bit, but not a ton. So, okay, this technique, I'm going to go ahead and blow out the pour with this aquarium tubing. I'm just gently blowing through as I feather back and forth, and go ahead and just kind of blow those colors out across. and it's just kind of feathering it back and forth as I do that. And this one kind of reminded me a little bit of tie-dye. It looks kind of tie-dye to me. But it did dry. Not super dark, but not super vibrant. It dried okay. So my review of these neons, they worked really, really well when I swiped black up over the colors. But these two techniques where black was the base, the neon sunk and did dry pretty dark. But not as dark as some of the brands. Some of the other brands that I've used have dried way too dark, so they're okay. But they do work for certain techniques. A swipe, they dried super, super, super bright. So I would say that would be the great technique for these, otherwise not so much. So that is my review of the Neon Royal Langnickel pouring medium and the neon acrylic paint set. So thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you use this same set. All right, thank you and have a great day.